What's up, guys? I'm Nobody Special. Happy Saturday to all you melon heads out there. You know, one of the side effects of having a YouTube channel as a side gig is you don't have time to do anything. You spend all your time either working, looking at charts, making videos, editing, or answering comments. So I'm way behind in my fall yard work this year. So I'm out here, I'm gonna make a video while I do my yard work. Now the topic today is about the taper, and I wanna talk to some of you folks. I'm getting a lot of comments from people who are saying they're never gonna taper, the Fed's not gonna taper, they're not gonna stop their asset purchases, they can't. And I want to address that because the reasoning you guys are using for saying that they're not gonna taper is not flawed, okay? You are correct in the reasoning you're using, but what you're doing is you're underestimating the people that are in charge. Now first, a public service announcement from Nobody Special. If you're a homeowner, if you're like one of these do-it-yourself landscaper types like I like to be, or at least I claim to be, from the appearance behind me, obviously I suck at it. Little public service announcement. Never, ever, ever plant ornamental grasses. Don't do it, because you end up with this crap. Look at this. It's taller than I am. And you have to cut this crap down and get rid of it every year. And in 2 or 3 years, it looks nice for like a year, for 2 years. 2 or 3 years, it looks like crap. It looks like an unmitigated forest growing in your flower beds. And then you got to deal with it every year. So I've been in my house now for a little over 3 years, and every year I take out a grub axe and a shovel and I just chop out these ornamental grasses, and I do it a little bit every year, and it is such a chore because I hate this fall chop down that I have to do every year. And what you're looking at here, these 3 big clumps, is the last of the ornamental grasses in my yard, the last of the Mohicans. I've gotten rid of all of them except this pile. Well, today I have to spend all this time chopping them down. So while I'm chopping them down and while I'm cleaning it up, I'm going to talk to you guys about the taper. First, I got to get some work done. All right. So, unless you want to do that every year, don't plant that crap. That's just the last 3 little clumps that are left in my yard. When I first bought my house, this stuff ran the whole fence and all the flower beds all around the house. My God, I could have been a hay farmer. I had so much of this crap. So we're gonna have a little bonfire. I'm gonna put some of this into the compost pile, next year's vegetable garden. Some of it I'm gonna burn up. I use the ash in my compost also. It helps me manage the pH of my soil. We're not gonna get into all that stuff, but suffice it to say, never plant this crap. Now, why do I think the taper is definitely gonna happen? And why is it that you guys are not wrong when you're saying they can't taper, and why you're just underestimating these guys? You're underestimating the Fed and the people who are in charge of the economy. All right, first of all, I want you to consider the analogy of a drug addict and a drug dealer, okay? And in this case, the drug addict is the economy, or the drug addict is you and me, us, the world, all right? And the drug dealer is central banks and governments, and the drug is easy money, okay? And we, the economy, we are addicted to easy money. We cannot live without it. We've been on it for so long, and we've taken so much, and we've built up such a tolerance for it that we need more of it and more of it and more of it to get the same effect. The law of diminishing marginal utility. Well, now we're at the point where if our dose gets any bigger, our bodies are gonna quit and we're gonna die. And that death is hyperinflation, okay? We have such a tolerance where we need bigger and bigger doses of this easy money and this quantitative easing. And yet, if we get a bigger dose, our currency dies, our body dies. And the Fed knows this and the government knows this, okay? Now, here we are, addicts, and we're saying, we wanna get clean. We wanna clean up our act. You know, we wanna get better. And the central banks and the government, they're over there and they're laughing and they're saying, huh, yeah, okay, good luck with that. You know what? We'll even help you. You see, they want you on their product. They get rich off of money printing. And we've talked about that in the past. The money printing helps the government. It helps the wealthy, right? Because it makes slaves of you and me. the drug addicts, the people who are addicted to this easy money, right? It's constantly devaluing our wages and our work. It's constantly stealing value from our savings through the backdoor tax of inflation. The government is constantly giving themselves a raise because when your home goes up in value, when your assets, your stocks, your gold, your silver, whatever, your Bitcoin, when that stuff goes up in value, the government helps themselves to a piece of that increase in nominal value in the form of capital gains tax, which means you have less relative value because every time your assets go up in value, you have to give them a taste of it. So your actual real value goes down even though your nominal value goes up because they help themselves to that capital gains. So the government is always giving themselves a raise as you're driven into a higher tax bracket as these nominal values go up and you're paying the capital gains on it. On top of that, the government's insurmountable pile of debt, that $30 trillion is 29 trillion, it'll be 30 trillion very soon. The relative value of that debt goes down with inflation. So they can keep racking up that debt as they devalue the dollars that debt is denominated in. So it also helps them that way. Now, here's the thing, as they say they're going to taper, right? It's like the drug dealer pretending to want to help you get clean, all right? He's going to send you into withdrawal, all right? He's going to cut you off for a day or two because he knows what's going to happen. He knows you're going to come back scratching and itching and, oh, I just need more. Just give me more. Please give me more. Okay, I'll never try to get clean again. And that's why the Fed is definitely going to taper, because they know what's going to happen. The government knows what's going to happen. They know the market is going to freak out. If you check out the video I did a few days ago about when that's going to happen, my best guess is 2.5% on the US 10-year yield is when the market freaks out. And you can go check out that video if you want to get into the details of why. But the Fed and the government, they know that all hell is going to break loose when they taper and when they hike rates. They know, and they're going to do it anyway. Okay, all you guys who are saying they aren't going to taper, you're saying they're going to crash the stock market. They know they're going to crash the stock market. They're going to do it anyway. Why do you think Bezos and Musk and everybody else, all these insiders and CEOs, why are they selling their stocks all of a sudden? Why are the Fed governors all selling their stocks all of a sudden? To eliminate the appearance of a conflict of interest? Or do they know they're about to crash the market? They know that the market is going to crash. They're getting their money out before it happens. They're positioning themselves. But here's the thing. Once that market crash happens, and it will happen, okay, there is a monster crash coming. They know we, the drug addicts, are going to come back hat in hand, begging them for more. Please turn the printer back on, J-Pal. Please go Burr again. I need my Burr. I just need one more hit of Burr. Please, J-Pal. Please give us some more QE, some more easy money. And you see, when that crash happens, and when we come begging to them, we meaning the massive, right, the media narrative, the public who, let's face it, folks, we don't have a stomach for pain anymore. The slightest little bit of discomfort or any kind of inconvenience or struggle, and we go crying to the government, save us, save us, save us. They know that's going to happen. And when that happens, when that market crash happens, and we come to them begging for another hit of QE, they'll have the mandate that they need, that they've always wanted, to turn that printing press on forever. That's when we get the hyperinflation, right? What we have right now is just high inflation. But once they crash that market, and once we come begging them to turn the printer back on, and they turn it on full bore, that's when the dollar dies. That's when that $29–30 trillion in debt becomes nothing. That's when their assets go up in value and when we become financial slaves for life. So that's why I think they're going to taper. They know what's going to happen, all right? Your logic is right, all you people who say they'll never taper, all right? You are correct. It will crash the markets. You're correct. The economy is addicted to the easy money. The flaw in your assumption is that you're underestimating just how elitist and how crooked these people really are. They will crash that market on purpose, knowing what our reaction to it will be, and they've already positioned themselves accordingly. The good news is there's still time. You can still position yourself. You can still prepare for what's coming, like we talk about on this channel all the time. Okay, you can buy yourselves assets. You can invest in yourself. You can invest in a skill, in something that makes you more valuable to other people, so that when this downturn happens, you have something that you can barter with or trade with, or you can use to earn more. All right, so you've got time. It's not like it's all doom and gloom here. Use this time. Prepare yourselves. Anyways, guys, have a great rest of your weekend. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Hit that notification bell. It really helps me out. Until next time, live small and dream big.